Hello, friends. Um, so first, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aisha, and I am the person behind FifthRoadSpirit Tarot. So, decided to come on today and do a special reading. I just kind of felt called to do it. So it's a general reading, timeless for anyone who needs to hear it. Not specifically aimed at anyone in particular. It's just a general reading for anyone that needs to hear it. So I'm gonna try doing a 6-card spread. So let's go ahead and take a look. I call on my ascended masters and teachers to come into this reading. Tell us what's going on with the energies. What's going on in the energies? Thank you, Spirit. So I'm getting something about having faith, oh gosh, what is it? Having faith in not in your fears, but in your strengths. That's what I'm getting. Yeah. All right, let's get some cards out here. Awesome. Wow, look at that. Okay. 6 cards out. I'm going to leave this bottom of the deck kind of put aside here. Okay. Wow. How I've got the 6 of Wands here right next to my blue butterfly sticker. Okay. So, for whoever needs to hear this message, there is a sense of confusion in the power that you are now uncovering. Or you are uncovering a power that has been a secret to you for a very long time. And it might be confusing to navigate where to put these emotions, or not emotions, how to act, because we've got the High Priestess here and the 6 of Wands. But it could be confusing about how to act on this power, how to act on this knowing from the stance of the High Priestess, who is normally someone who just collects information, collects knowledge, has access to the knowledge, has access to this divine and glorious divine secrets, divine knowledge. Yes, divine knowledge. And I say secrets because the divine knowledge is something that we don't always tap into. But you all, whoever is hearing this, may have tapped into that sense, that knowing, that intuition, right? The knowingness without external validation. This is contained knowledge. This is contained divine knowledge. And you might not be sure how to act on that knowledge. You might be, or others even, it's not even you really. It could be others might be confused about you, or that you fear that others will be confused by your actions. But I mean, look at this. This 6 of Wands comes up. And the 6 of Wands says, free yourself. Free yourself. And look, it just matches up divinely with this, with my blue butterfly sticker. I can't believe it. But the Six of Wands says, free yourself. Free yourself. Or even others might be looking to you, right? For this sense of freedom, for this sense of ascension. It's not just freedom, this is ascension. People are looking to you for insight about ascension, about how to move to that higher level. Because right now, we are not looking at a caterpillar. We're looking at someone who has changed here, or an energy that has changed here. And so that butterfly is not, we're not looking at the caterpillar, we're not looking at the cocoon, we're looking at change right here. We're looking at change and growth. And if no one else is celebrating you, if no one else is acknowledging your change or acknowledging that power, it doesn't matter. You celebrate yourself. And this, again, the butterfly is moving upwards. This is ascension. This is rising. This is going up and up and up. Now, we see the Six of Swords in reverse. Excuse me. The Six of Swords in reverse suggests that you might have this sense of ascension. And it's funny. Well, I say it's funny. This reminds me of when you're having a spiritual awakening, and usually the first thing you notice about a spiritual awakening is how nothing around you has changed. You still have to wake up and go to work. You still have to, make breakfast, take care of yourself. You still have to do like all these other things. You still have promises that you've kept. Truths that, oh gosh, what's the word? Things that things that you may not even know how to communicate to others. Like, you've noticed that everything around you, when you're going through a spiritual awakening, you've noticed that everything around you has stayed the same. And you start assuming that everyone else's truths also remain the same all the time. Whereas you are just kind of like, oh my gosh, I'm on the outside. Like, I feel like I'm on the outside. I feel like I'm excluded from something. I feel like I'm not excluded, different, feeling like you're different. And you might not find, it's going to be hard. Let's put it that way. It's going to be hard for you to continue on this path of spiritual awakening at the time that we're going through, of course, but if you continue to look for outside validation, right, for whatever it is that you're going through here, this spiritual awakening, this understanding, whatever it is that you are whatever truth that you are divinely connected to, right, it's going to be hard. And I think this Six of Swords in reverse is also saying, this is something that is going to be, you are going to be challenged about what it is that you know, what it is that you feel, what it is that you communicate. And you might be scared of that as well. The Strength card in reverse with the Magician, both of these came out together. So the Strength card in reverse and the Magician in reverse. You might be scared that you come across as someone who might be using their power unwisely. And let me tell you why that is far from the truth. If you are watching my channel, if you have come across this, you know your goodness. You know, having become aware of how you're on the outside, and this needing to claim your own upgrade without the validation of others, that shows me that you are the kind of person, right? If you found this video, that shows me that you are the kind of person that cares. If you are actually believing that you are going to come across as weak or manipulative or that kind of thing, the fact that you're even asking yourself that question or worried about it means that you are not. You are not weak. You are not manipulative. You are not taking advantage of anyone. If anything, you are acknowledging your strength in seeing what power this is like a respect of your power. You are having a self-respect for your power. And there is something about this, I'm seeing again, it loops kind of back into this Five of Wands, where it becomes confusing. But it's only confusing when you're trying to find external validation. And so now you just need to solidify yourself, right? Ground yourself in this truth. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck here. It's the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. As soon as I said you have to ground yourself, I was like, but how do you ground yourself in new truth? How do you ground yourself in a new understanding of your resources? And I think that's what this entire reading is about, is finding a new sense of ground, creating a brand new pattern for yourself, regardless of, without external validation, right? Without this sense of what is everyone else going to think? What is everyone else going to think? How are you going to give your power away, your power, your personal truth away to those who have no idea how to validate it? They can't. So you're asking for them to do something fruitless. They have no way of validating you. And you're going to continue to go through, this cycle, right? But you're eventually, with this loop back into the Five of Wands, you're eventually going to have to take an action that really keeps you and this High Priestess, you are connected as this butterfly to this High Priestess. And it doesn't matter the Five of Wands. It doesn't matter, the Strength card and the Magician card in reverse. This matters. You understanding your power, celebrating yourself, not seeking external validation in order to ground yourself in new truth and new patterns and break out of old patterns. I'm seeing an old pattern repeated here. And that's what you might be in, this whole loop of a pattern, and you're trying to get out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and let's keep going, because I want to expand on this a little bit. Because I really like that my readings are more to the spiritual nature, more to the self. And I know a lot of people want to hear about, things that are happening in real time. But for me, this is highly spiritual. So let's see if we can clarify with the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. I hadn't used this deck, the Wild Unknown Tarot, in quite a while. So I just felt called to use it this morning. And of course it came out in the reverse. So let's go ahead and get some clarifiers out here as well. Spirit, can we clarify the High Priestess and the Five of Wands? clarify the High Priestess and the Five of Wands? Thank you. Okay, the High Priestess and the Five of Wands are clarified by the Ace of Cups and the Fool. Yeah. Yeah, the Ace of Cups here. Okay. The Ace of Cups here is just a new source. It's a new source of emotion. It's a new source of knowledge. This is new to you to tap into this source. You're brand new here. But there's no one to show you around, right? Seek out mentorship, seek out training, seek out understanding from, you know, if you're like me with tarot, seek out a tarot reader that you feel confident in learning from. But either way, this is really uncovering a new divine relationship with yourself and your divinity. That's what that is. The Fool card with this Five of Wands as well. This is all about being in the spirit of a student, in the spirit of a learner. You know, having the mind, I don't care how long someone has been a teacher of something. They're a good teacher when they understand that they are a student first. Yeah. Okay, let's look at this Five of Wands. Can you clarify the Five of Wands, Spirit? Clarify the Five of Wands for us, please. Six of Wands. That's why it wasn't giving me a card. Six of Wands, please. Thank you. Nine of Cups. Yeah. When you are in your spirit of validating yourself, that gives you this kind of emotional confidence that people can not just sense, but see. You see this woman in this Nine of Cups, standing tall in the grass, leaning against the doorway, like, I could stay or I could go, you know? You guys can come in, I could go out, doesn't matter. Nine of Cups. This is expansiveness on this original Ace of Cups. You are so powerful and so much in your power and so much in your learning that you've expanded this Ace of Cups, this source, into the Nine of Cups. So people can either come to you, you can go to them. It doesn't matter. You need to always be in this stance of power, self-confidence, self-knowing. All right. Spirit, can you clarify? Thank you. Wow. So this Six of Swords in reverse, this sense of not being, I think with this power, right, with this sense of understanding of self, there is a sense of there's a responsibility attached to this that I think that you're questioning. Yeah. The responsibility of leading others or saving others or, the responsibility of leading others or freeing others or healing others seems like a really big responsibility. And it is. It is. You know that. You understand that. That's a big responsibility because it puts you, look, this angel here in this card, right? She's in the clouds. She's understanding her power. Look at the wings of the butterfly and the wings of the angel, backed by a fiery sun power, which I'm honestly surprised the sun has not come out. But look at all these hands outstretched toward her, looking for help, looking for solace, and her hands are open wide. She's unprotected. But she doesn't need to be protected because she understands fully not only her power, but her mission, her spiritual mission. And it is tied to this High Priestess, this healing knowledge, this divine knowledge. Okay. Spirit, can you clarify Strength and the Magician in reverse? Can you clarify Strength in reverse and the Magician in reverse? Thank you. The Three of Discs. This card has come up for me so many times in the last since I got this deck. But The Three of Discs to me suggests you have to work with your shadow. You have to work with your shadow sides. You have to work with your shadow sides and integrate them into your waking life so that you are no longer seeing yourself as someone who is weak or someone who might be manipulative with their powers, or that you're already throwing, basically throwing shade on the industry, right? On the industry of spiritual wellness or spiritual healing. I have had, and I get it. There's, I have had a friend who I'm not really a friend with anymore, who definitely made fun of the fact that I chose to do tarot, the fact that I chose to follow my spirit. But am I, if I were to continue believing in that, if I were to continue believing in that person's way of thinking, I'd still be stuck, honestly, with that particular friendship. I'd still be stuck brokenhearted. I'd still be stuck waiting on someone else to validate me, right? I'd still be stuck waiting for someone to, I would not be in my own spiritual power. And I think that was the point, right? Having had that in touch with myself, that was the point. To separate me from my spiritual power by absolutely not validating it, right? The people that I love the most have been the most supportive of this, the most supportive. And I think that you should also understand that when you move into your spiritual powers, your personal powers, right? The people around you that love you most will support you because they understand you are unfolding as you should. And they will leave you alone to do what you're doing without judgment. They'll support it. They probably can't help you with it or anything like that. If they can, great. But the people that love you most will support it. They won't break you down. You can trust. And you can, again, that's also part of the shadows. Am I going to be judged? Is this going to be something scary? Is this going to be something that brings on, this kind of blah, blah, blah? No, it won't, because you know what you're doing and you know your strength. Okay, let's see. I could look at the bottom of the deck here, get one more card, the Emperor. The Emperor came out. And I think that's just finding a structure, really. I think that's just finding a structure for your spirituality, finding what's right for you. It doesn't have to be tarot. Maybe it's meditation. Maybe it's, what's that? The sound bowls. I want to call it audio therapy. There's other forms of divination. There's runes. There's even like I've been learning. I've been trying to learn how to read dice. That's a thing, right? So it's all about how you want to express your power. It could be art. It could be helping people one-on-one. But you have to find the container for your personal power. And the other part of that is that you don't have to, you're not alone. There's many other people in this world that are doing this. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get some guidance for you. Let's get some guidance for this reading. Ooh. I love my Mystical Shaman Oracle card deck. Let's see. I'm gonna get the book out real quick. Okay. Spirit, can you give us some guidance to go with this reading about uncovering and connecting with our spiritual power? Yeah, so one of the things that I've been learning about too is human design, and in addition to the shadow work certification that I got last year, there's this idea of shadow work, and I think people hear the word shadow and they're just like so scared, and I'm like, I get it. These are the darker parts of yourself that you may or may not want to identify with or bring up or fix, or you know what I mean? You don't really want to, but sometimes, like at the worst times, that shadow part of you comes calling out when it needs attention, and it will get your attention, and it will get other people's attention too if you're not paying attention to it. But also, I learned from someone who's working in human design, Christy Nix. She's just an amazing human design reader, consultant. But in a session with her and talking about shadow work, she helps me see that in human design, this is also called deconditioning. So I think this whole release, this butterfly here, is what is also shown as deconditioning. I mean, that's a great word for it, even if it's not related to human design. You are deconditioning yourself from what you learned as a child growing up, or how you were conditioned as a child, or in your culture, or in your spiritual community, or whatever. You are breaking free and celebrating yourself for that. And that's always something that is, that's going to be a hard way to go. But this seems to be your calling. Not seems to be, it is your calling. It is your calling. All right, let's go ahead. And Spirit, can you give this spiritual person some guidance, please? Help them. Ooh. Oh, we got a few cards here. So, all right. Lightning, wind, and this came out sideways, so I'm going to read all of it. Ooh, look at that crow. Ooh, I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm going to read the whole thing for crow. All right, lightning, wind, and I think it's just related to this judgment card of, I'm seeing these black birds, and I'm looking at the crow here, and the crow is your protection, I think. All right, so let's get reading. I'm going to read lightning and then wind. Lightning upright, wind in the reverse, and then I'm going to read the whole crow thing. Okay, so let's go to 30. Lightning, the essence. The formidable, look, lightning is over top of the high priestess and the 5 of wands. Okay. The formidable electrical discharge of a lightning bolt brightens the sky and strikes the earth, accompanied by the mighty sound of thunder. This phenomenon has a positive aspect. The light illuminates the earth and the psyche, but there is a destructive side as well. The bolt can burn and even kill if it's too strong. The invitation. The forces of the upper world are investing their gathered energies to ignite you with new inspiration and creativity. Allow this divine gift of awakening to take root in your being and enjoy a renewed sense of clarity, passion, and vision. Look at that. Yes, of course. Of course. All right, let's look at wind in reverse. And this is over the that release, and this 9 of cups, that very independent Spiritual energy. Okay, let's look at 63. Let's look at what that says. 63, 63. Okay, wind. The symbol of the wind represents the element of air. It rules communication, thought, song, and inspired ideas. It also signifies change with qualities both positive and negative. The wind blows from each of the 4 directions, and there are different qualities bestowed by each. The south carrying a new sense of trust, helping you gently begin to discard habits and parts of you that are no longer needed. The west calling you to more introspection, to a willingness to make final decisions, to let go of attachment and ego desires. The north moving you to bring wisdom and strength, and the east carrying clarity of vision and purpose. Whichever way the wind is blowing for you, the message, which the wind whispers or shouts, is a challenge. It may take courage at first to turn and face the wind, but you will find exultation in moving toward it and receiving its lessons. So I see this butterfly going upwards. And look, this woman standing next to the wall, next to this entryway, is allowing the wind to flow either way. So let's see what the wind in reverse, the medicine. When the wind comes as medicine, you're being invited to recognize the value of chaos. Yes. Windstorms provide necessary chaos to clear the air and spread seeds so plants and trees can take root in new fields. Right now, it may seem as if your world has been turned upside down, but this is a temporary storm that will blow over. Perhaps communication is broken down between you and another, or your many to-do lists are overwhelming you. The medicine is to simplify, slow down, course correct if you need to, and wait out the storm to clean things up. Just know that all storms have great value if you can remain neutral during their course. Greater clarity and good things will come from it all. Remember, this too shall pass. Yes, perfect. Okay, and now I'm going to read the crow, the whole thing for the crow, so that because it came out sideways, I'm just going to read the whole thing, and you take what medicine you need from it. You take what medicine or invitation you need from it, okay? Because you are protected as you do this, as you service in your special divine way. I don't see you as someone reaching for this help. I see you as the help. I see you as the person giving the help. I see you as this angel. Okay, the essence of crow. Crow is the keeper of universal law, the law of truth. Crow teaches us to walk our talk, to find congruence between who we say we are and who we really know ourselves to be. This winged one insists that we speak truth, that we create truth instead of searching for it, and that we bring truth to every situation we find ourselves in. When you speak the truth and practice truth, this is the invitation. When you speak the truth and practice truth, eventually everything you say becomes true. Your power to co-create with the truth is the universal law. Correct what is untrue in your life without judgment. Correct what is true, what is untrue in your life without judgment. Let the truth set you free. Let your divine truth, your divine knowing, your divine power set you free. The medicine. Be true to your word. Crow arrives just as we have convinced ourselves that what we are doing is right and justified. And while this may be the case in the realm of relative truth, in the higher realm of absolute truth, it is not. Look deeply into your heart and remain alert, lest you convince yourself of something that isn't deeply true for you, or perhaps is not the highest truth. Do not seduce yourself with illusions. Yeah. Wow. 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 Well, everyone, I hope you have received this message. I hope that it was helpful and of spiritual and divine use to you. I am so grateful that you were with me this morning, and I will see you soon on Sunday for our weekly reading, but I also believe we have a new moon coming up next week. So might be a combination of the two. All right. Thank you so much, and see you soon. Have a blessed day.